Thanks for staying with us. So before the break, we're talking about how frustrated people are. Really, in fairness, truly frustrated, no matter how successful they look in Nigeria. And people have various reasons, as we said earlier, some for their children, some they feel like they want something more sustainable for the future. They want to have a global appeal or reach for their products and services. But let me come to you, Nima, your thoughts on this, the fact that people who are well-to-do here seem to be also interested in jackpotting.
People have lost dignity, as far as I'm concerned, in their persons. When you look at, where God has put you and say this place is bad, and then you see people go in the desert and make it work. You say, even in families, you say you can't stay with your brother, you can't stay with your sister until you leave. It comes at a price. And so when you are doing lonely video, you know that, you are paying the price of your comfort and your living alone.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. This year, now, the person that always gives me fuel in scarcity, you have left. It's the entire family. So you know that when somebody that can control filling station leave, there's problem. Why are we all rushing to, to these places? Because of what exactly? Why are we not thinking? Every place, critical thinking, problem solving is how they got to where they are. If you look at you and say, no, this problem is beyond solution, let me go. That's how all of us have left this country where it is. From the days before I was born, people were going there, insisting on getting dual citizenship, giving yourself that option of living. And you see the China that is working. They didn't work on giving themselves an option. They worked on the land and focused within and made it work. Today, they are borrowing us money to do railway. They are coming here to do railway. They are doing our small farm. Some things, it breaks me to see it. That, we break ourselves within our home to the point where we are helpless and we think it's until we go somewhere that we can make it.
You made two valid points that you said in a very, very, people will not get it. Number one, we've lost our sense of value in ourselves. We've lost our sense of appreciating who we are as Nigerians. So we feel like maybe when I become a Canadian or I become an American, I'll become more important. Number two, we are not contented with what we have. Many people, for you to go to Canada, you have to have money. You cannot go to Canada if you don't have money. They will not. So that means you gather everything you have here and sell that value to them. With money, you pay for them to accept you because you did not value what you represent here. And that is core. I don't need Nigeria to value me. I know I am valuable. And that is what we need to preach. I am valuable. I say it all the time. I am the solution to the problems within real estate in Nigeria. I am the solution. If I run, who will solve the problem? If I feel I'm overwhelmed by the challenges of the situation I'm facing and I run, nobody will solve the problem here. And the best place for me to shine my light is in the darkness of where I was born. But we don't know that, and then we fly away.
Let me take this call from Hassan. He's been holding for a minute. Good morning, Hassan. You're live.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
This topic is a very interesting one. It's about Nigeria and every one of us. Look, you see, this lady, I saw the clip of Chikwendu Obianuju. You see, we are living in two different settings. Our setting is communal. Over there, people are living to themselves. So the possibility of you seeing the difference there is there. Secondly, we are not contented people in this country, and we are not grateful for what God gave us. I knew of people, managers of banks, working in good places, Japa. On what reason? For what reason? You understand? People are starting to be like them. These are our future leaders. They are leaving the country. I knew the ministers in this country, once they're in this southern part of the country, you will see them here as a minister, their families are abroad. Why? They are part of the problems of the country. They are now exempting their families, taking their families abroad to a safe haven. Why? We are suffering here. Look, the issue is this. Go to the money market in Nigeria. Go to the capital market in Nigeria. Who are the investors? The same people that run abroad are the people bringing money here, because the country is where you will get a better dividend, better returns on your investment. We are very, very deceptive, mischievous, and unpatriotic. Good morning.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I've always believed that we're put in a place where we are to function the most. Being born in Nigeria and living in Nigeria is not a mistake. You were put here to be a solution. And I see, like what Hassan just mentioned, a lot of people, a lot of other nationals coming into our country because there are opportunities here. Any country that has the most problems actually has the most opportunities. We are running away. Other people are seeing the opportunities and they're coming here. Now, unfortunately, the government that would help us sort of, segue into the opportunities, make it easy for us to harness the opportunities and not doing their part. We understand that. But in our running away, which solution are we going to bring? We'll end up leaving majority of our businesses and our economy to be run by outsiders. And that's what's happening already. The major hospitals today are run by Indians. Major companies today, manufacturing, most of those companies are run by other nationals in our own country. Brings me to
my point. My point, therefore, is let us not, sorry, so that what you just said, brings my point is, let us not totally dissuade people from jackpying. And the other way, let's attract those who have gone and added value to themselves. So, for example, the person I was talking to you about during the break, in Nigeria, he couldn't make a headway. Maybe he tried and everything. He's gone abroad, found value, and now he's being recognized. That kind of person, after you've made value, you've had value there, you then come back because now you're bringing a solution. So we shouldn't. So our job right now is to attract those solution providers, not to.
You don't necessarily.
If you leave them here, if they don't jack up, they won't even see the opportunity. They won't see the value that you are saying there. They won't see it.
Somebody who thinks that I'm going for economic empowerment comes back with his funds and say I'm going to do something at home. Country, But the person that goes to prove a point, he will be praying that this country is bad so that he can justify he's going.
That's a different angle.
And that's the no, that's the most. I'm going somewhere. I want to learn this thing.
Yes, please.
That's the most popular of the people that have gone.
You are 150%.
They are the influencers who recently released another song now saying that's where the Nigerian dream is for you. They are the influencers that whenever they go there, from there they'll be telling you it's Canada, it's the Canada dream. The half Canadian, you think they are stupid. When we now get to the point where we are now in the UK,
it will come there.
Where we are getting to the point where we are in the US, you will now say, Black Lives Matter, Nigerian Lives Matter in Canada. Well, what are we saying?
Yeah, you're right.
This point you want to prove, you'll not be swearing, you'll be saying the land is skinny come, you'll be cursing the land.
Yeah.
This is for yourself and your family.
Nima,
selfishness.
That's another.
We need to digest it. I don't want to go away easily. Because a lot of Nigerians that we see on social media that are criticizing and demonizing Nigeria, they are trying to justify why they are there. Not those who are actually adding value. Who say, I'm here
when you are there,
and then go back
when you are there sincerely as a human, just migrating, you will accept that there are certain faults in that society.
Yes, they do.
There's a young American who is a photographer who pictured groceries in the shop for 5 years ago, and he has done it every year. And he consistently uses his pictures to justify the rise in prices. But if Nigeria go, they'll say,
everything is sweet.
Everything's there. It's not dollar you spend it.
My neighbor, who is a British citizen, was talking about, I'm sure he's probably watching. He was talking about how difficult it was for him to renew his British passport. He said he was about to travel, and it took about 1 week or so, and that it was going to expire. And he now had to start calling people and see what you can do to get an application. It takes about 2 months wait. I said, really, for your mouth? Because if it was a Nigerian that was complaining about getting the renewal at the time, because he was just yesterday was telling me, I mentioned his name on television, so I mentioned it. He said, you have to wait 2 months to get that appointment, for him to get that renewal, as a British citizen, that one will not go on social media.
Is it because he's in Nigeria?
He's in Nigeria. It doesn't go on social media because they don't have time for social media the way we have time here. You are working back to back. I went on vacation. I did not see my sister.
Complaining.
She's working back to back. So which time does she have to go on social media and be posting the price of this as shit? We have time here, and that's why I say, if you know what you're doing here, God will bless the work of your hands. But you need to find that value. You need to find what you're giving. You need to own your own space here. I travel, and I don't like the lifestyle there. I don't. I just come in, flex my naira, and I jet out. But if you ask me to stay in that system, I don't like it. I can't do the kind of work they do. I can't stand for the kind of hours that they stand. I like to be in control of my own space, running my own thing gradually. And that's what I want. And, the conversation of, how about your children's school? Hello, I schooled in Nigeria. I schooled here. My husband schooled here. We have the best of the education
Let
here.
me go on a
You
break.
just need to focus on what you want and your priorities and make it
the
work.
education cannot be suited for US. The education we get in the US is suited for the US.
We agree to disagree.
We have to wrap up.
solve problems
Are we
here.
wrapping up?
We agree
Let
to
me just say
disagree.
this.
Yeah, quickly,
So
yeah.
this Anambra woman died in the US.
Yes, yes.
It's on Linda Ikeji blog now. And for a week, nobody knew it. It's not possible if she's in Anambra in Nigeria. If it's from a certain tribe, her people will see her.
Yes.
She cannot live alone.
Doesn't
In
matter.
fact, it is... They will not see her in 2 days.
She
They would
died
have
for
checked
a
on
week
her.
and nobody knew.
Nobody.
My
They are now
sister-in-law-
calling for the composed bodies to come and be picked up. After
My sister-in-law was just a few days ago, just saying she's a doctor. Her and her husband are doctors, and but she's been working hard to get her final permit to work, pass her final exams. Eventually, she has, and now she's excited. In the last 1 year, she's been working. But she'll say that, Morayo, I'm working. Like I want to be flange like you and Brown.
Honestly.
Like, honestly, I'm tired. Like
We
after
flex here.
all the studying, and even the money is coming, and we're thinking, okay.
What next?
We want something exciting. So it's two ways. You have to give some, you have to lose some. Whatever choices you make, you have to stand by. But I think the most important thing is that don't be lonely. Find a Nigerian community abroad, and find good people who you can work with. And then loneliness can happen in Nigeria and even abroad. But find people, and you also must exude goodness to attract goodness. Let's go on a break. When we come back, on to the next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're just going to take a few comments on our previous topic so that we can end up the show.
I was responding and says that people would keep ignoring and castigating the girl in the video. God forbid she takes her own life. Sometimes is she being over dramatic? Yes, maybe, but there's a lesson to learn from the whole message. And he says that's it. But Professor Imonika Enachena, this one is definitely my people. He says, I agree that most of us are economic migrants. I left when things weren't bad at all. It's not easy anywhere in the world. In the UK or US, that I have lived for over 2 decades, prices of goods are increasing as well. My kids speak Benin language and they can speak Esako a little bit. They confidently tell you their state and town in Nigeria, and 80% of the food they eat is Nigerian food. Sickness or poverty does not recognize boundaries. It's stateless and its effect is equanimously or proportionately the same. There are so many contemporaries of mine that are doing far better than myself, but they call every day and want to move abroad. They are deaf to the common sense and caution. And he says, I agree that most of us, okay, you just repeated it, yes.
Yetunde says, people are lonely in Nigeria too. Hunger is worse than loneliness. Many Nigerians are hungry. Somebody says, I think responding to another person, they don't want to see Nigeria progress or succeed. Bola Daramola says, there are also beggars in America, Europe, and other countries. And Snam says, all Nigerian billionaires are in Nigeria except 2. Most of the Nigerian immigrants are average to below average immigrants. Moses Ade says, those bashing Nigeria online have already failed in their lives. Don't take them serious. Olasheun says, I'm in Nigeria, on the streets where you're talking about. Nigeria is hungry. Come, let me show you the streets. Maybe you're talking about junkies, and junkies serve, they eat.
Okay, any other comments?
Even though I earn dollars, it saddens me still that Nigeria is depreciating. Japa people are happy about it and mocking. Very selfish of them.
That's the painful part. So you want to go. It's okay to migrate, but don't cost your own place.
Mina says,
or because you're there.
There are many poor people abroad too. Tons of homeless people, loads of people who cannot afford college, millions of people owing student loans and having to pay through their teeth. The first time I went to New York, on the road, they would just come and meet you. Hey, yo, can I get some? Can I get some? I was looking at, I say, so they have people like this here. He said, of course. We're seeing them, they have their, what they call those sleeping bags that they have on the roads. And I'm like, wow. So it's not as, then I went into the hotel room and the television house, they have like panel of people discussing, we're bashing the government. They did not do this, they did not. I say, see Morayo and me. So this happens here too. So it's everywhere.
Life is life.
It's everywhere.
Life
We
is
just
life.
need to work with what we have and make the best of what we can.
If truly your intention for migrating is for your family, let it be for your family. Stop cursing here. Stop saying no. Stop saying you can never make it here.
Because there are Nigerians who have migrated and are doing very well.
Yeah.
They are focused on what they've gone there to do. They are creating a community of their own, and they are helping their kids, and they're even retaining our culture. They are the ones that are exported, making our culture, our music global, because they have done the right thing. But if you go, don't go and start cursing.
It's a personal gain that you do, that you get. So if you go there, you're able to focus. Like the distractions of, our son want to marry next month, our child are born. All the kind of things that you get. You're able to focus on yourself, your family.
They buy a Shwebi there too.
But the benefit as well that you get from staying here when you are the one in need, you don't get it there. You don't get
so
it.
there are pros and cons.
Yes, and that's life. When you mature, you get to a certain point in life. You just need the shelter, basic food. You just need the basics. Then you now see that the wahala go and come. I don't want to make it a mockery, but a young lady that I know of went when she was about 36. She broke off her relationship. She said that pata pata by the time I'm 38. By the time she was 38, no relationship. It was in Canada. By the time she was 42, she decided to move to the UK, hoping to get a relationship. And she's just opening up to us about the movement. I'm tired.
There's no boyfriend in Canada?
No companion. The money I am making, she's in tech. She's made the money. The money plenty, too much. But
no, there's no money.
Even our Nigerians abroad, God, they're coming to Nigeria to come and find correct person. They're looking very... Even there was two, my brother was like, please, Morayo, I who can you come up with me? Because they feel like they are here, you know. So, listen, there are pros and cons. So let me let you find out words.
I want to say, one thing my mentor, Dr. Emmanuel, says, a lizard in Nigeria will be a lizard when you travel. A crocodile in Nigeria can be a crocodile. Many people are lizards here and they're hoping they'll come and sort of be a crocodile there. So we have a lot of average living even abroad, but that is not, I'm not castigating them. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, Nigeria holds opportunity. There is darkness here, come and shine your light. You are designed to solve a problem. Find the problem here you can solve. And even if you choose to go there, be good where you go to. Solve a problem there and stand out and be an ambassador for Nigeria that we will be proud of, the government there will be proud of.
Okay, I think we can end on that. Thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.